My name is Brendan Marshall with metric number 69240. Today I would like to talk about fish. All fish are cold-blooded. It is water habitat and it has gills to breathe. It swim bladders and fins for the movement. Where do the fish can be found? Fishes live in freshwater, seawater and brackish. They can be found in nearly all aquatic environments, from high mountain stream to the abyssals and even huddle depth of the deepest ocean. There are some catching or fishing technique, which is hand gathering, spearfishing, netting, angling, and trapping. They also have type of bait for fish, such as worms, leech, minnows, and insect. Price for silver catfish or ikan patin is around 18 ringgit to 25 ringgit per kilo. Let's learn how to cook ikan patin tempoyak. Step 1. Prepare 1 silver catfish, 6 chilies, 1 turmeric, 3 spoon tempoyak, 1 kantan flowers, a bit of Vietnamese mint or daun kesum, 2 lemongrass, 1 acid pieces, and salt. For the steps 2, we start cooking. We mash the chilies and turmeric, put in a saucepan and cook until the water is dry. Then tempoyak is blended with enough water. Then put in the cooked peppers. After that, we add the catfish, kesum leaf, kantan flowers, and lemongrass all together. Next, cook until everything is well blended, and then add the sour cream to the pieces, add salt and sugar to taste. For the step 3, let us serve in big bowl and sprinkle with herb. Then, we eat ikan patin tempoyak.
Hello, my name is Layron Mathius and my metric number is 70141, and today I'm gonna talk about squid. Squid is a type of cephalopod and it usually comes with 10 tentacles, and it also doesn't have a backbone. Where do squid come from? Squid can be found swimming in a shallow coastal water as well as deep, dark abyssal depth. Squid fishing is a catching technique to catch a squid. It is by casting your bait out and let it sink. And the best bait for squid is a fresh bait such as yellowtail and etc. The average market price at a local seller is between 16 ringgit to 20 ringgit per kilo. The cooking style that I picked for the squid is a fried squid. Step 1 is to cut the squid into a thick ring. After that, coat the ring in a mixture of all-purpose flour, cornstarch, and a baking. Once the ring is coated, drop the ring squid into an oil and cook until it's golden brown. As simple as that.
Next, I will talk about the crab. Crab belongs to the suborder of decapod, where it has 10 legs. Crab has hard exoskeleton and double antenna. Back, crab walk in sideways. Some of the crab live in water and some on the land. The habitat of the crab live around water like saltwater or brackish water. Some live in water all the time and at the edge of water, while others in among the rocks or sands along the shores. Other type of crabs live entirely on the land but often sticks from water to breed till the babies was born and live there until they develop enough to come out onto the land. The catching technique of crab is, first, hand lining. Hand lining requires no lesson, no special skill, and virtually no equipment investment. All you need is a ball of string net. Bring along some small fish weight to add on the line and get it down to the bottom, because if the bait floats up, you won't catch many crabs. Next is snap trapping. The crab pot uses a system of net inside a large metal cage made of wire or flat metal mesh that is reinforced with steel bars. The traps of the pot are designed to allow crabs in but not to let them out. This is achieved by carefully positioning of the bait and lids, which are the sides of entrance to the pot. Next is throat lining. Very generally, this is a technique of catching crab that uses a long line that is placed on the floor of the water with bait snoots along increment of the line. Snoot are just the crabber terms of short noose-like contraption with bait attached at the end of it. The basic idea is the line is run from above. This is the type of the bait used to catch crab. It is first, raw chicken, fish carcass, razor clams, and hot dogs. Price of the crab. Local seller price range of common red crab is between Rm 18 ringgit until 24 ringgit. Sometimes it will be expensive according to the type of crab. Next is the example of cooking style for the crab is crab stew with tomato. You need to prepare ginger, tomato, chili flakes and salt, celery stalks, onion, oil, and black pepper. After done preparing the ingredients, you need to heat the oil in a large pot over medium heat. Add all the ingredients, then add enough water with own desires. If you want more soup, you can add more. And leave within 5 minutes, then add the crab. After that, cover the pot and leave to add until 10 minutes. Then you can serve the crab. That's all from me. Thank you.
The next aquatic organism is prawn, which will be explained by me, Aisyah. Prawn is a common name for small aquatic crustacean. They have exoskeleton and thin legs. Prawn belong to the suborder Dendrobranchiates. As for their habitat, juvenile monodon are generally found in sandy estuary and mangrove. Upon adulthood, they move to deeper water, 0 to 110 meters, live on muddy or rocky bottoms. They have shown to be nocturnal in the wild, burrowing into substrate during the day and coming out at night to feed on detritus, polychaetae, mollusks, small crustacean and alga. They also commence mating at night and can produce around 8,000 eggs. The farm can be found in Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia and Australia. Next, how do you catch prawn? Your best chances to catch living prawn is to look around jetty pylon, boat ramps and riverbank when it is just starting to get dark and the evening. Shine a torch into the water, look out for their bright red eyes, and then use a fine mesh net to scoop them out as swiftly as possible. Baits include fresh herring, salmon, sardines, or mackerel. A better alternative is to use commercially available prawn bait pellets. They are made from fresh fish, fish meal, and fish oil. In this particular example, tiger prawn can range between Rm35 to Rm60 per kg. Last but not least, one of the recipes you can make with prawn is masak lemak cili api. You will need prawn, coconut milk, dried garcinia pieces, turmeric leaf and salt. You will need to ground bird's eye chili and turmeric finely. For the first step, put the finely grounded ingredients into the pan and cook until it is cooked through and dry. Once dry, add the coconut milk and stir until it boils over low heat. Add the turmeric leaf. Next, add the shrimp and dried garcinia pieces. Cook while continuing to stir so that the coconut milk does not clump until the prawns are almost cooked. In step 4, pour the thick coconut milk and continue to cook over low heat until it boils a little. The gravy is really cooked if there are no bubbles in the gravy. Finally, add salt. Turn off the heat and ready to serve. Continue to stir for a few minutes after fire is turned off so that the gravy is nice and not lumpy. Serve them and voila, you get the prawn masak lemak cili api. Here's some extra video inside the shell in
And what is
Last but not least, my name is Siti Norfadilah. I want to talk about shell. A shell, also known simply as a shell, is a hard, protective outer layer usually created by an animal that lives in the sea. The shell is part of the body of the animal. Empty shells are often found washed up on beaches by beachcombers. Next, where do the shells can be found? Apart from mollusk shell, other shells that can be found on beaches are those of barnacle, horseshoe crabs, and brachiopods. Empty seashells are often found washed up on beaches by beachcombers. The shells are empty because the animal has died and the soft parts have decomposed or been eaten by other animals. There are several types of shells in various habitats. Among them are shells from freshwater animals, such as freshwater mussel and freshwater snail, and shell of land snail. Next, the catching technique. How we can catch a shell. Firstly, go before or after low tide. The shell usually hidden in the sand. With a spade or shovel, we can dig or dipping out shell that we find deep in the ground. The price for the shell varies according to the type of shell. It is around 5 ringgit to 20 ringgit per kg. First step, wash the lecern and soak it briefly to remove dirty. Rinse with water and drain. And green onion, chilies, and garlic. Second step is heat oil and salt the finely ground ingredient until fragrance. Add lemongrass, oyster sauce, and tamarind juice. And add the lecern, stir well and stir fry. Add a little water to make a gravy and season with salt to taste. Thirdly, leave and sprinkle with coriander leaf, and lecern masak pedas is ready to eat.
That there's a king scallop. Take the seaweed off his back. Oh, just heard another one. There, look. See him? Only a little tiny one, that, so I'll leave that one where it is. But I just heard him